Black. All important movies start with a black screen. Yeah, don't worry. This isn't Lego Batman movie. This is a movie about this guy, and this guy, and this gal and this guy, and yeah, this guy too, but primarily this guy and this guy, because their adventure at the car wash at Hell's Revenge in Moab was much more interesting than anything George or I did at this very popular obstacle. All right, so we're going to start this video off watching George do this obstacle. Now, this is one of the hot tubs at Hell's Revenge in Moab, and the hot tubs are these natural depressions, and there's a variety of complexity involved with them. This one is called the car wash. It's probably one of the easier of all of them, but there are vehicles that roll over in this from time to time. Usually this thing is filled with water, but it's been pretty dry out there, so there's no water in there. That's why they call it the car wash, by the way. It's dry, should be super easy, right? Well, let's take a look at something right now. Take a look at the oil that is on the exit path of this particular hot tub. That's probably from a previous, I'll call it a misadventure, a vehicle accident. So that's not going to really impact us too much. It might mess with our traction a little bit in the Jeeps, but I want you to remember that when it comes time to seeing the motorcycles do the same obstacle. All right, so Drew just watched George and Mandy make it in and out of the car wash without so much as a drop of sweat and thought, you know what? I can do this in the motorcycle. And so, yeah, while I'm going to get my Jeep, which is parked down around the hill, Drew decided he was going to go next. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, not so good. Let me back this up a little bit. Remember that oil? We didn't even see that. And apparently, it played a big part in the obstacle for Drew.
3/4 the way counts.
Almost.
You got fuel.
You got fuel
You
leaking.
got fuel leaking.
So at this point, I come up and get ready to enter the obstacle and realize that Drew is still not clear. And then, of course, I run to help. And yeah, was not expecting that. I love Sean's reaction here after we finally get Drew out of there. Make one last check to make sure he's good. Got the thumbs up, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this obstacle myself. You can see it's really, really windy up here on top. Yeah, I'm sure that that's not helping the bikes. So as expected, easy peasy lemon squeezy for overclocked. And then when I finish up, you can see here Sean is going to make his attempt. You would think after watching Drew crash and burn on the exit of this obstacle, he would think twice. But no, these men thrive for adventure and they scoff at physics. Haha, you didn't think I was going to just make it that easy on you. So what do you think? Did he make it or not? Yeah, so this one ended pretty abruptly because I was running the camera. I just flopped it closed and then ran to help and make sure he was okay. Hey, let's watch this again in slow motion. And of course, it seems that Sean crashed for an entirely different reason. All right, so in the end, they both survived. Sean had some rib pain for the rest of the trip, but overall, physically, they came out of it okay. And the bike's got some battle scars that they can tell their grandkids about. So whatever you think about these two men and how they rode through this obstacle, I want you to know this one thing. These are very good friends of mine. And I think it's awesome that they came out with me on this, for a lot of people, once in a lifetime trip to explore Moab all the way from the East Coast. A lot of people talk about doing it. Not very many people actually commit. And these guys are not, and nor do they claim to be, super experienced riders. They both have these heavy dual sport bikes, and they're just looking for adventure. And for that, I applaud them. So, yeah, that is awesome. As a matter of fact... So anyway, guys, that is the Drew and Sean adventure at the car wash at Hell's Revenge in Moab, Utah. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there to the end. So for that, I'd like to say thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Magnetizing, feels like I am floating, leaves my body glowing. They say, be afraid, you're not like the other.